Hey, what's up guys? This is Cam again with another video. I'm making a video of how to do drywall patches. This is something, honestly, I think everyone should know how to do as well, just because, it's not that complicated. So today I'm going to be doing a drywall patch in this hole in Apollo. We had fans put in this bathroom just because the bathroom was really suffering from a mold issue. So we had fans put in, but the contractors, they don't repair the drywall patch. So that's something we have to do. So today I have drywall, like the actual drywall itself. I have joint compound. I have the spatula. I just have a safety blade, which I'm going to use to cut the drywall. And I'll kind of show you the steps of how to do this. Thanks for watching. See ya. Alright, so first I'm going to get measurements of the hole that I have in the ceiling. Obviously I need to know how big to cut the piece. So I'll just kind of leave it like that. I don't want to go that far, so 7.5 by 7. Measure twice for once, right? 7.5. Yeah, let's say 7.5 by 7. Alright, so 7.5 by 7, that's how big I have to cut my piece. I have two pieces, one little one that I'm going to use for that probably little slit right there for this big section. So 7.5 by 7. Yep, and I'm going to use a safety blade to cut it, and then you just kind of hit it to break it. I'll show you. Alright guys, so I measured up also the length here. The length here was 13 inches. And I just kind of eyeballed where it needed to go. The pipe is kind of like right here, right? So I may have to shave it down a little more after I test it, but whatever. So now what I'm going to do is take a safety blade and shoot. Did I do this on the right side? I think I did. You may do it on both sides, but anyway. I'm gonna take a safety blade and score along the edges. Well, the safety blade actually really cuts through it quite well. So when I say score, I really mean like cut. So cut through the drywall with your safety blade. So awesome cinematography, I know, right, Cam? But that's kind of what you do. I'm gonna try to break it. Alright guys, so I've cut it quite a few times and put that away. And I'm gonna kind of try to break it now. Alright, cool. And shoot. So break. I think I'm supposed to maybe score the other side too. Okay. Well, it kept my piece intact. It kept the other piece a little bit, so that's good. All right, so I got my piece out. It is not perfect. Like I slightly ripped it right there, but it's okay. I'm actually gonna probably tear that piece out. I'm just gonna see if it fits. It looks like it's too big. Looks like it's way too big actually, but we'll see. So I made this piece, and it actually fits pretty well. So I need to just cut a piece of wood, I think, to give it a little bit of support right here. You know, just a thin piece of wood. I'm almost thinking just like a painter's stir. But I need something to give this a little bit of support, because, you know, otherwise it's just gonna fall. So I'll be right back. All right, awesome. So I cut that piece of wood, so now it fits up there quite nicely. I'm wearing safety glasses. I just use a circular saw. But now what I'm gonna do is just fasten that one side with a screw, and then probably, you know, affix the drywall piece up there with like a drywall nail, as I have some in my toolbox in my room. So, all right, thanks. Bye. All right, so now I have that board up there with a loosely knocked in nail. It's like to a point where I can't really reach it with the hammer anymore. And the board still fits, so I know it doesn't really look good right now, but it's in there enough to where it's like in the support, you know, wood, so I think it's good enough. Alrighty, so it's looking pretty nice. I put a screw, just a single screw, just to support it. You know, it is holding all of its weight. I'm gonna put tape over this, so it will cover it up. And, you know, of course, joint compound, so that'll tackle it. I'm deciding if I even want to put a piece right here. Is that such a small, you know, opening? And I may just leave it open for the time being. I don't know. But it's kind of right over the sink. So I'm probably gonna try to patch it up. Yeah, I'll probably use some tape or something like that. So, anyway, the next thing I'm using is just drywall tape. I'm just measuring out kind of the lengths of these edges, and, you know, ripping out some pieces to go right there, so that the spackle fills in extra easily. Cool. So I put tape up. As you can kind of see, I got tape around the edges, and kind of an idea of using this piece to fill in that spot right there. So that's what I'm going to do next, is cut this piece. Alrighty, so that piece I cut worked out pretty good, and I ended up securing, you know, the rest of it with tape, and it's looking good. I'm feeling good about it, and it's time to spackle. That joint compound is gonna go kind of in between all these little mesh, you know, pieces. That's kind of why the tape is meshed, so that the joint compound can go between it, and so that the tape can, you know, kind of structurally support the joint compound while it dries and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna start spackling now. And so this is the stuff. I'm about halfway through this because I did one drywall job before this. My first drywall job. This is my second drywall job. And I think this one turned out a lot better for my second time. So, anyway, it's not done, so I guess it hasn't turned out yet. So we shall see. Alright, so I have this first layer all done. What I'm going to do is just let it dry, apply another layer, and then use this sponge guy to sand it down. There's like a slightly rough side of the sponge, and then, you know, kind of the soft side of the sponge. And I'm just going to kind of sand it down just to make it a little bit smoother, and then put primer over it. And it'll be all done. So cool. Hey, what's up guys? So it's the next day. This is dried, and what I'm gonna do is do one more coat with this stuff to fill in all these little holes. You know, that right there is what we don't want to see. I'm not wearing a shirt just because I just worked out and I didn't want to shower and then do this. So this is just a real quick job though. So I'm just gonna put on the second layer. All right, so I did that, and it's all good. It's you know, not looking like, you know, aesthetically too good right now, but I'm gonna smooth it out tomorrow with that like rough sponge. So yeah, I'm happy with it right now. Hey, what's up guys? So it's the third day, and that's the way it's looking today. What I'm going to do next is just take this sponge and get it a little wet and kind of, you know, remove a little bit of the joint compound that I put up there over the last couple days. So at the end of this, it'll look a little bit smoother and a little less noticeable. So I use the soft sponge side a little bit to add some more water. You know, not a lot of water, of course, just a very slight damp amount, you know, just like a, you know, enough to make it look like the ceiling's getting just a little bit damp. And it actually kind of moves, you know, the compound around because, you know, it actually slightly dissolves it. So I've been doing this for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, and it's starting to look a lot better. And it's at a point right now where I'm just gonna call it good and put some primer over it, and it'll all be set then. After that, my project will be completed. There is a little bit of clearance between, you know, this tube and the drywall, but I don't think that's a problem. It may be, but we shall see. I really don't think it's a problem though. I mean, like, you know, it opens up a little bit to the draft boards, or, you know, to the interior. Like I could put some tape around it, so I may actually seal that a little bit. For the time being though, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't think it's causing any issues. So I'm gonna put primer on and call it good. All right guys, so I looked downstairs and I can't find any like just straight primer. And I don't know if we have this paint at all. But at this point it's kind of just becoming an aesthetic issue. I was just gonna prime over it just so that, like, you know, when we go to paint, if this isn't a paint and primer paint, you know, it would go on fine. Or like, you know, if this is only a paint, not a primer, you know, it may kind of shine through a little bit there. But I'm thinking that this paint is most likely paint and primer. I didn't see it downstairs, but, you know, at this point it literally is kind of just an aesthetic issue, just the color of it. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. No, of course not. It's not perfect. It's not like, you know, professional contractor drywall patch level. But it accomplished the task, and, you know, that's all I'm really looking for. So I'm happy with this. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.